ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवसति गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। हुक्म करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरोन्दनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 20, Text number 1. सौनक उवाच माहिं प्रतिष्ठमध्यस्य सौते स्वायंभुवो मनुः कानि अन्वतिष्ठद्वाराणि मार्गाय वरजन्मनां महीं प्रतिष्ठामध्यस्य सौते स्वायंभुवो मनुः कान्यन्वतिष्ठद्वाराणि मार्गाय वरजन्मनाम्।
शौनक उवाच महीं प्रतिष्ठमध्यस्य सौते स्वयंभुवो मनुः कान्यन्वतिष्ठद्वाराणि मार्गाय वरजन्मनाम्।
शौनक उवाच
महीं प्रतिष्ठामध्यस्य
सौते स्वयंभुवो
मनुः कान्यन्वतिष्ठद्वाराणि मार्गाय वरजन्मनाम्।
शौनक उवाच
शौनक उवाच
मही प्रतिष्ठाम् अद्यस्य
महीप्रतिष्ठामद्यस्य
सौते स्वयंभुवो मनुः
सौते स्वायम्भुवो मनुः
कानि अन्वतिष्ठद्वाराणि
काम्यन्वतिष्ठद्वाराणि
मार्गाय वरजन्मनः
मार्गाय वर्जन्मनाम्
शौनक उवाच
शौनक उवाच
प्रतिष्ठाम् अद्यस्य
महीप्रतिष्ठामद्यस्य
सौते स्वयंभुवो मनुः
सौते स्वायम्भुवो मनुः
कान्यावतिष्ठद्वाराणि
काम्यन्वतिष्ठद्वाराणि मार्गाय वर्जन्मनाम्
Saunaka. Saunaka. Vacha said, Mahim, the earth, Pradishtam, situated, Adyasya, having secured, Saute, O Sutta Goswami, Swayambhuva, Swayambhuva, sorry, Swayambhuva, Manho, Manu, Kani, what, Avatishtat, performed, Dvarani, ways, Margaya, to get out, Avara, later, Janmanam, of those to be born. Translation by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Saunaka inquired, O Sutta Goswami, after the earth was again situated in its orbit, what did Swayambhu Manu do to show the path of liberation to people, to persons who were to take birth later on? The appearance of the Lord as the firstborn incarnation occurred during the time of Swayambhu Manu, whereas the present age is in the period of Vaivasvata Manu. Each Manu's period lasts 72 times the cycle of 4 ages, and one cycle of ages equals 4,320,000 solar years. Thus, 4,320,000 into 72 solar years is the reign of one Manu. In each Manu's period, there are many changes in many ways, and there are 14 Manus within one day of Brahma. It is understood here that Manu creates scriptural regulations for the salvation of the conditioned souls who come to the material world for material enjoyment. The Lord is so kind that any soul who wants to enjoy in this material world is given full facility for enjoyment, and at the same time, he is shown the path of salvation. Saunaka Rishi therefore inquired from Sutta Goswami, why did Swayambhu Manu do after the reinstatement of the earth in its orbital situation? So, I neither have any qualification nor do I have any realization. I'm just obeying the orders of whoever asked me to speak. So please do excuse me if I speak anything wrong as your humble servant. Whatever I heard in the past, cut and paste, software, right? So the chapter begins. So there is a conversation going on, and Sutta Goswami is actually instructing all the sages in Naimisharanya, headed by Saunaka Rishi actually. So he's asking this question. Okay, wonderful. The Supreme Lord is Rukrama. He does that. Can you imagine somebody lifting earth? We think it's not possible, and we consider that as a fairy tale. It is not. If you bring an ant or a cockroach, actually ant, from morning to evening, probably it may not even finish going around the temple. So in the ant world, if you say, aeroplanes and all, they don't believe it. Because for ants, this cannot be imagined. So likewise, anything our brain cannot imagine, we try to put a full stop saying, no, it is imaginary. It is not. 15 years ago, somebody sent me a skeleton unearthed by scientists, and the skeleton probably 25, 30 feet height, like a Gatotkaja and all, So the demons are not, the olden days Rakshasas, they used to, when they show in the movies, they're very big. So wow. But yes, they could unearth that skeleton, and it was in circulation 15 years ago, actually, in America. So yes, Supreme Lord does all these things. That's why it's called Urukrama. He does magnificent things. What has amazed the scientists is the vastness of this universe. You go 10 light years, you see millions of planets there. You go 20 light years, you see so many planets. You go 100 light years, you see so many planets. You go million light years, you see so many planets. You go billion light years, you see so many planets. How? And you go 10 billion light years, you see so many planets. Wow. There are only 24 chromosomes, and by jumbling up these chromosomes, so many different species are created. That has really amazed the scientists. Wow, amazing. So, Krishna, nothing is impossible for him. So what he did after he killed Hiranyaksha, he placed the earth in its own orbit. A couple of actually months ago, maybe last year, Krishna Kumar asked this question. Supreme Lord kept when to fight with Hiranyaksha, he kept the planet on the surface of the ocean. But later, when was it put back? He asked this question to Mother Malte. Mother Malte asked me. I gave some two escapes. I gave some answer, but I didn't tell. Next chapter only. Supreme Lord placed the planet in its orbit in the next chapter only. I didn't say that. Anyway, so time. When Krishna showed universal form to Arjuna, Arjuna asked, "Who are you?" I'm thinking you are Subhadra's brother and my good friend. And who are you? What is this Kala Rupa? Kalasmi loka kshayakrat pravruttho lokan samahurtamiham pravrutta. Time I am Arjuna. In the form of time, I take everything from everybody. Except for you 5 Pandavas, practically nobody is going to live on this planet. Of course, Satik and Krutavaram also lived. So, what has amazed the scientists is the number unlimited planets, but also the time factor. Time is powerful. We live as though we'll never die, and we die as though we never lived. That's the beauty. Karuna has claimed more than 10 million people on the planet, but all the rest of the people living, our plans to make careers and plans to make money, plans to put the money in the bank, that type of desires never wavered. How many of you agree? For sure, I will never die. Wow. All the people died? Unfortunate. In my case, I am supremely fortunate. So in Yaksha Prasna, what is the most surprising thing is there in this world? Yaksha, Yamaraj, Yamdharmaraj asked. He didn't say Statue of Liberty or Hanging Gardens of Babylonia or Great Wall of China. Ahani ahani bhutani gachanti yamalayam. Every day we see so many people dying. But Sesha, the rest of the people, they don't think they die. What more surprising thing is there than this? Hare Krishna. And this is the universal administration. Sahasrayuga paryantam maharyad brahmana with the ratri yuga sahasrayantam sahasrantam teho ratri vidojana. If you translate that verse into this, whatever Prabhupada said this, Kali Yuga is a 4,343 lakh, sorry, Kali Yuga is actually 4,32,000 years. Double is 3, Dwapara, 8,64,000 years. Triple is Treta, 12,96,000 years. 4 times is Satyuga, 17,28,000 years. Put together 43,20,000 years. That is one Divi Yuga. If this goes for 72 times, that is what it's called one Manvantara. This is a, Vaivasutta Manvantare, Pradama Pade, Jambu Dvipe, Bharata Varshe, Bharata Kande, Asmin Kshiro, North Indian means Uttar Digbage, South Indian means Dakshina Digbage. So when you offer puja in this cosmic manifestation, my Lord, I am the Jambu Dvipa, India, South India, I am close to this place. For Andhra people, Sri Saila Samipe. So you're giving your address. Supreme Lord doesn't need, of course. He is right sitting in your heart as Paramatma. But that's how the puja works. The point I'm making is, the universe is vast. The time also. Time is very relative. So anyway, before we come to the time, so what is that? If this goes for 72 times, one Vaivasutta Manu, the person who is ruling is actually Vaivasutta Manu. But this thing, Radha Gopjan Bhagavan ki jai, Nitaya Patpan Gauri Bhagavan ki jai. But this thing happened in Swayambhu Manu time. This whole thing happened in Swayambhu Manu time. Should I tell you what has amazed me? Then you'll be a little careful. Our desires, our actions and reactions. One day I was reading this 4th canto Srimad Bhagavatam. I told devotees, some of you, many of you know this. Daksha, Daksha had a problem with his son. He became unnecessarily envious, and eventually Veerabhadra came and cut off his head. Daksha loved his name, Daksha. So later, he took part the 2 Manvantaras later. I think Chakshusa Manvantara. In the lineage of Dhruva, parents gave the name Daksha. Okay, tell one name. Okay, Krishna Prabhu. He'll take birth after 20 million years later. The parents will give him the name Krishna. What is the probability? Is there any probability? The nature knows that much, your desire. Nature knows your desires, Prakriti. Nature knows your desires that much. And it facilitates. So if nature knows your desires, and nature, every action has equal and opposite reaction is not only Newton's 3rd law, but it is nature's law also. Whatever you do, it will come back to you. Be very careful. Nature is aware of your actions. Nature is aware of what you are thinking. Nature is aware of what you are feeling. And it will come back to you. So why I am telling this is, Christianity thinks it's only one lifetime. Just 2 days ago, somebody came and speaking to in the temple. One day, one gentleman went to church and said, if it is one lifetime, why somebody is born rich, somebody is born poor, somebody is born intelligent, somebody is born less intelligent, someone is with full hands, full legs, somebody is born, with amputated legs, Why? They said this type of things you should not ask. If my height is 5 feet, my father's height is 5'4", my grandfather's height is 5'8", further finally you go, what is God's height? God has no height. How can something come from nothing? Something has to come from something only. So, Prabhupada, that's why he called it science. Science means what? Somebody is presenting theory. Bhagavatam is presenting theory. You go and do the practical in the laboratory, you'll get the result. So anyway, one Divya Yuga is 43,20,000 years multiplied by 72, that is one Manvantara. And if this goes on 14 times, then Brahma says, I'm sleepy now. That much long Brahma lives. The night also same. Likewise, Brahma lives for 100 years. Prabhupada writes, Brahmas, how many Brahmas came and left? The number of bubbles on the Atlantic Ocean, that many people, that many Brahmas came and left. Why am I telling this? We take our 78 years so seriously. Why? There is a line here. What is the line? It is understood here, Manu creates scriptural regulations for the salvation of conditioned souls who come to the material world for material enjoyment. भोगने के लिए हम आते हैं इधर. To enjoy, we come here. What is our enjoyment? Sensual, mental, intellectual, and egoistic enjoyment. And all the four. Krishna says in Gita, Bhumira panalo vayakamano buddhareva chahamkaramithiyame bhinna prakritirashtada. The Maya, Arjuna, in the form of these 8 things, mind, intelligence, and ego. I always asked this question 100 times, I will repeat again for some of you who do not know. Second kind of Srimad Bhagavatam says, body is always dead. What is animating the body is soul. And soul is spiritual. Soul doesn't want matter. What is our disease? We want to enjoy matter. What is our problem? We find happiness in enjoying dead matter. Matter is always dead. We try to enjoy that. As soul, which is a spirit, a spiritual, can never find eternal happiness, cannot continuously enjoy matter and remain peaceful and happy. It's a very incompatible situation. Like pouring oil in the water, they'll never mix. Likewise, if we try to find happiness and sense enjoyment, whether it is metal world only knows sex life, there is a billboard, SEX. Now we got your attention. Our church opens at every Sunday 10 o'clock, please come. That is advertisement. Hare Krishna. Even just to advertise about the church, you need these 3 letters. Why? People are infatuated by Rajoguna. Rajo ragatmakam vidya trishna sanga samudbhavam. People are infatuated by sensual desire to enjoy. So, Swayambhu Manu, so these 4 things, people, especially Kali Yuga people, means what? Rajo. The moment you perceive somebody as an obstruction to your enjoyment, and I didn't ask the question, let me ask the question. Body is dead, soul is spiritual. You're eating gulab jamun, who is enjoying? Body cannot enjoy because body is dead. Soul is spiritual. Let us say it is not prasad. Then you will say, it is prasad, spiritual will enjoy. So it is not prasad. Who will enjoy? Huh?
False ego.
False ego, ahankara. But ahankara has no existence. This mayas, through the agency of false ego, actually no, but ahankara. But ahankara has no existence. That's why maya sukhaya. It appears it is there, but it is not there. It appears it is there, but it is not there. It appears it is there, but it is not there. So maya sukha. It is not real. You come here, jump up and down, dance. This is real. Soul enjoys. And you go upstairs and eat prasad. Soul enjoys. That's why it is a standing testimony that soul enjoys. You're all coming here and doing it. How many of you agree? Chanting is very difficult. If you remove Hare Krishna 16 rounds to make it 1 round, temples will be full. Yes or no? But Prabhupada said no. To control the mind, you need the process. Anyway, what is that? Maya Sukhaya. But when you perceive somebody as an obstruction to your enjoyment, immediately false ego comes into the picture. Enemy. Somebody supporting friend. And 2 years later, they will not support your sense enjoyment. Enemy. They are supporting no friend. Material world, everything is temporary. Overnight, parents will become enemies with children. Boyfriend and girlfriend, they'll become deadly enemies. Family members, brother and sister, they must have slept on the same bed when they were 1 year old. But when they have to share the father's property, they become deadly enemies. That's why there is no happiness in this world. It appears it is there, but it is not there. So, Swayambhu Manu, the progenitor is the administrator, universal administrator. He had to devise the means, spiritual means, to elevate the conditioned soul to the path of spirituality, so that one day they'll go back to Godhead. You ask anybody what is the goal of life, 80% of Indians will say going to America. What is the goal of your life? America jana hai. I used to work in Singapore. My friend, wife told him, I will conceive only American. I will not conceive Singaporean. She did that. They stayed 4 years. She came to America, gave birth to America. All glories to her determination. We are telling 43,20,000 years. It is one Divya Yuga multiplied by 70, at 72 times, it is one Manvantara. Where is 70 years? If you see the actually universe, if you see just one Milky Way, Earth is not visible. I have a video actually. If you see one Milky Way, Earth is not visible. Actually, sun is not visible. What to speak of Earth? But we are so infatuated by our tiny. I'm talking about myself. I'm also victim of this. That's why whenever I go through some suffering, I would go and watch the video. There is a reason why I'm going through this suffering. Because Earth is not visible. What to speak of America? There is a reason why Einstein says God doesn't play the game of dice when it comes to creating humans. It is all set. He says it orderly creation. You can calculate from 10,000 years now, solar eclipse will happen, it will happen. That much precision with which the universe works. So, the Manu has the what do you call the responsibility to create a spiritual process so that the people can find it easy to go forward, to take it up and advance in spiritual life, and one day they'll go back to Godhead. Kritaya dhyayato Vishnum Naranopishat. Tretayam yajato makai dvaparo paracharayam kalau tadhari kirtanata. So if you have taken birth in Satyuga, what is the process? Leave the family, go to forest and meditate. And in Satyuga, there was no sin Satyuga. Treta Yuga, 25% sin entered. And Dwapara, that time, if you do any mistake on the mental level, problem. Any mistake you do on the mental level, you will get reaction. How many of you think you're fortunate that you have not taken birth in Satyuga or Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga? And Dwapara, 50% sin entered. Kali Yuga 75%. Prabhupada says in 1970, though officially 25% people should be pure on planet. This is Ugra Kali. Hardly 5%. This is 1970, 50 years ago. Hardly 5%. And Prabhupada said in 1970, if 1% of people become Krishna conscious, world will become better. Only 1%. If 1% of people become Krishna conscious, world will become better. You know, how much world has changed. So these guys are telling, give up this, give up this, give up going to temple only. Then you don't need to give up anything. Hare Krishna. So, what is that? Kalautad Harikirtanat. Tretayam Yashdomake Dwapara Paracharayam Kalautad Harikirtanat. Kali Yuga, the bar is very low. You know, everything is, the finer qualities are removed. The simple, you know, Mandas, Mandamatayo, Mandavagyo, Padrita Prayan, Alpashikalo, Sabhyasmi, Yugejana, people are dull towards spiritualism. If somebody is sincere, there are 108 processes. Which one to follow, nobody knows. You know? So there is that speaker, this speaker, this speaker, that speaker. If you go to internet, you will be really confused actually. Mandabhagya, people are very unfortunate. Why? To keep everyone happy is very difficult. Whether it is a family level or a temple level. Upadruta, what is the quality of Kali Yuga? Anxiety. And everything is going on very well. What will happen? How many of you thought a day like this will come where we'll all wear masks and go? No one thought. Prayan Alpayesh, we don't live long. Prabhupada said, a day will come, the senior most citizen age will be 20. Very old man. How old is he? 20. So then what is the process? Process in such a degraded age, Lord Chaitanya, the Yuga avatar, you know, is not a Leela avatar, is not Manvantara avatar, but is not Shaktavesh avatar, is not Guna avatar, is a Yuga avatar. So every Yuga has a process, you know. So what he did, what is the process for this Yuga? Kalautad Harikirtanad, chanting the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, what is that? Anarpita charam chirat karunayavati arnakalo. Samarpyatam Unnata Jalarasam, Svabhaktisriyam, Haripurada Sundara Titi Kadamba Sandipita, Sahunde Kandare, Smartava Sachinandana. So, what is the translation? Let us read the translation. May that Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachi Devi, be transcendently situated in the innermost core of your heart, resplendent with the radiance of molten gold. He has descended in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before. The most elevated mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. Hare Krishna. So I asked Varsana Maharaj one time, Maharaj, such a degraded age, but such a great thing. How is it that? You know, South, whether North Indian, South Indian, everyone wants money only. You know, but this is what? Pure devotional service. Okay, we have an idea what is friendship, what is servitorship, what is parental, but it's not easy to understand that conjugal love. That too, Swakiya and Parakyohma. What is that, Maharaj? Maharaj said, the perfect medicine for lust is love. What is the perfect medicine for lust? Lust means what? I want to enjoy, I want to enjoy. What is the solution for that? Service. Love is a big word. Just serve. Just do service and develop attachment. Chaitanya Charitamrita explains the power of the holy name. If you chant knowingly or unknowingly, so, or if you chant Helana, Stoma, you deride, you condemn the holy name. One person wrote, in America, against Hare Krishna. The Prabhupada, he wrote against this, he wrote bad against our movement. So Prabhupada said, how many Krishnas are there? So Prabhupada said, he has given promotion. He promoted Hare Krishnas. We appreciate it. Saraswati Thakur would see that. Even if people write bad about Hare Krishnas, you would see how many times Krishna has come. Very good. Because it is an advertisement. Somebody went to Prabhupada and said, this hero, he promoted, Dhammaradam. Except showing Rath Yatra, everything bad in that movie against Hare Krishnas. Prabhupada did a great job. Krishna is absolute. So good advertisement or bad advertisement, it is advertisement only. So Gopal Krishna Maharaj says, that is real. One day one guy came to Gopal Krishna Maharaj aspiring from him. Gopal Krishna Maharaj asked, how did you come to Krishna consciousness? One day I went and watched this movie. I don't know the name of the movie. Everyone calls it Dhammardham. I also thought Dhammardham. What is the name of the movie? Anyone knows? The movie name is that? Oh, really? Okay. So he said, I saw that movie and I liked Jagannath Rath Yatra they showed, and since then I started becoming it. So, the point is, Lord Chaitanya, I'm sorry. Lord Chaitanya, so as a Yugavatar, he came to give what no one has ever given, Krishna Prema. So I was actually, this Chaitanya Bhagavat, if you keep Krishna, Lord Chaitanya as Krishna, the factor said, the ecstasy is exhibited. He just came from Gaya, and we were actually discussing in this Wednesday call. He came to give, what he came to give? Ragavana Bhakti. Raga Bhakti. Not like Vaidhi Bhakti. So throughout the night he would cry. And when he would cry, tears gush from his eyes like a flood. Sometimes Mother Sachi, just to make him normal, she would bring Vishnu Priya and put her before him, and he would not look at her. Only one thing, on my way back from Gaya, I was coming home. Suddenly on the path, I saw that, that boy of bluish complexion, like a monsoon cloud. When I tried to go close, it disappeared. And he would break, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? And he's crying, So the residents of Navadvip thought he became mad. His life affairs, because his life affairs were disturbed. Mother Sachi was in anxiety, All the children died, husband died, one son, Vishwarup took sannyas, only one son remaining now. And okay, everything is going on very well, but suddenly what is this? His life affairs are disturbed. He has become crazy now. One called Srivas Thakur. Srivas Thakur saw, Every time, as Nimai pointed, whenever you would say Srivas Thakur, you would offer obeisances. Srivas Thakur would bless him actually. But now, hey, what is this? And Lord Chaitanya asked, Gaur Sundar, everyone is telling my life. Somebody said, so what is the solution? Feed him hot ghee. Hot ghee means he cannot live. So people are telling my life affairs are disturbed, Srivas. My life affairs are disturbed. I said, no. What you have, Brahma and Shiva, they long for that type of devotional ecstasy. Wow. He said, thank you. Mother Sachi asked, my son has become crazy? She said, no. What he has, the great devatas, they long for it. That time he has not revealed his divinity as Krishna. So that type of, transcend Divyan Madam, transcendental madness. They look for that. One time actually Jayapada Maharaj told this story. One day, every time Narad Muni would go to Lakshmi Devi and say, I want a little prasad of Narayan. Oh, Narayan told, never give this. So now Lakshmi, please. Devotees know very well how to, they know devotees are soft. This is what milk drinking brahmachari did to Srivas. He followed parampara. Narad Muni, mother, please, mother. Lakshmi ji is very soft. All right, don't worry. One day, without telling Narayan, she took some remnants and gave it to Narad Muni. Narad Muni ate. Supreme Lord is what? Is a Sadanandam, reservoir of pleasure. When Narad Muni ate the prasad, he became ecstatic. He was dancing here and there. He did not know where he was going. And he was stumbling on his way, finally ended up in Kailash. Lord Shiva said, Narada, you are ecstatic. What's happening? What is happening to you? Narada Muni said, I got remnants from Lakshmi Devi. Narayan remnants. Mother Lakshmi gave it to me. Hey, I'm your brother. You forgot me when you got it. Narada Muni said, galat ho gaya. But anyway, while eating, I did not wash my hands properly, a little bit stuck in my nails. Take it. Lord Shiva said, great, give it to me. And he ate it. When he ate it, Lord Shiva's mind exploded. And he started dancing. But Shiva doesn't dance or what regular. That dance, this dance, What about dance? It is Tandav Nritya. Everyone worry what happened. This is a time for universal devastation or what? He was dancing here and there. Mad. Just to get that grain. When he got that grain. Parvati said, my Lord, what happened to you? So why you are becoming so ecstatic? Parvati, what can I tell you? Narada Muni came and gave me this tiny, Mahaprasad. Maha. My Lord, you have given half of my body. You have given half of your body to me. I am your Ardhangi. And when you got that Maha, you forgot me. She put him on the spot. Then Lord Shiva did not know what to say. He said, you are not qualified. I am not qualified to get the remnants. She became upset. She came down and she did tapasya. Intense tapasya. So that's why in Jagannath Puri, Krishna appeared. Krishna, you want us? My husband said, I'm not qualified. Krishna said, definitely not. You are the most qualified. That's why in Jagannath Puri, after prasad, Krishna gave her a promise, gave her a boon. When prasad is offered to me, After me, you will get the first time. I mean, you will get the remnants first. Everyone will get the rest only. So in Jagannath Puri temple, first Jagannath will get Jagannath gets the bhoga, he eats it. Then the remnants, the Mahaprasad will go to Vimala Devi. She will get the remnants first. Then only other devatas, Ganesha, everyone will know, they will get it. So the text see what they are longing for. You got it. Gaur Sundar. That's what we are all longing for, and you got it. And he told Mother Sachin, no, he's absolutely normal. And that is, this is so divine. But very interestingly, Lord Chaitanya, during his stay in Navadvipa, he did not reveal this to the residents of Navadvipa. This is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. But in Madhilila, when Lord Chaitanya was under the pretext of searching for his brother, Lord Chaitanya traveled to South India. And what he would do? So, first he went to Alalnad, and there he danced. And when he danced, and everybody came, it's a flood of people. And by seeing Lord Chaitanya dancing, by seeing, Lord Chaitanya would cry, by being bathed in those tears, they all became devotees. Nityananda Prabhu said, this type of kirtan will happen, everywhere. Grame, I forgot the verse. In every town and village, this type of kirtan will happen in future. Nityananda Prabhu predicted. That prediction, we all have to make it happen actually. You have to take it to a different every town and place. Anyway, so what is that? The Nitya Lord Chaitanya, Krishna, 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 Hey.
Krishna, 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 Hare.
Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava Rakshama.
Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava,
Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava Pahi Ma.
Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava Pahima.
And raising the arms up in the air, Lord Chaitanya would sing and he would go, through the different forests and villages of South India. Suddenly he would come across, some people, he would say, Krishna, Krishna. They would say, Krishna, Krishna. That's it. That answer, that divine potency, Lord Chaitanya would pass. The grace, Krishna Prema. By seeing Lord Chaitanya, they would get Krishna Prema. And they would be mad. And they would go to their village. And what happened? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And by seeing him, the local villagers will become devotees. Wow. That is how Lord Chaitanya practically made, what are the places he traveled in South India, he made them into devotees. Akinchanada Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj, he would say, he never said Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Ecstasy, So the point is, for that, to attain that, it is not easy. It is simple though. Durdaiva Midrasamajani Anuraga, second verse of Sikshastakam. Yes, Krishna has invested all his potencies, Lord Chaitanya is writing in Sikshastakam. But no taste. What is the medicine? First verse is thesis. All the glories of the holy name. Second verse is antithesis. Despite having all the great things, it doesn't work for me. 10 years also in Hare Krishna movement, what do you like? Prasad only. I have not heard anybody, what do you like? Chanting the holy name. So you like holy name, prasad or lecture? Everyone says prasad only. Sometimes people say that lecture I like, but I have not heard. What do you like? Holy name, japa. Anybody is there? I like japa. Why? Manastrayata iti mantra. Mantra will control the mind. Mantra will liberate you from the mind. So that is a medicine. That is a medicine. So Lord Chaitanya gave the solution also. Second one is antithesis. Third one is synthesis. Right? Solution is there. I cannot apply it. I tried my best but failed. But if you apply, you'll attain the perfection. Trinadapi sunichena. If you become humble, more tolerant than tree, not expecting respect, you respect everybody. Krishna will be dancing on your tongue. But there is no other route. So Janma Sarda Kuri Karopakar. If you want to attain the perfection, what is the goal of human life? Not going to America. You can come to America, no problem. Goal of human life is to cleanse the heart, get rid of all the impurities. And then what happens? The love of God is naturally awakened by the grace of Lord Chaitanya. Srila Prabhupada came, with so much difficulty. He traveled at the age of 70, leaving the spiritual world. Radha Damodar temple, which was only 2 kilometers from Rasa Leela place. But where did he come to? New York City. The forest fire of material existence. All the rules and regulations in the world are broken. People are mad after sense enjoyment. Prabhupada did not go to remote South India place or in remote North India, a remote village of North India to propagate Krishna consciousness. Compassion means you will give the gift to the most unworthy person. That is compassion. Srila Prabhupada came to give to the New Yorkers. Because all the regulative principles are broken. If you understand that, you will understand. That is the reason why Balramji loved Duryodhana. Duryodhana is Kali personified, but Guru loves the most fallen people. Yes or no? So, Swayambhu Manu, in this question, what are the principles? What are the, scriptural regulations he has devised for that particular age? Yes, every age has a process. Goal of life is to understand what is the process for this age and let me apply so that I can go back to Godhead. Not today temples, synagogues and mosques and churches, they are there to increase our envy. Krishna there is a reason why he's not giving. You go to temple, put some money, give me that. In other words, you are telling me increase my envy towards you. Supreme Lord came to decrease your envy. In South India, there is a temple, Balaji. Everyone knows. Venkateswara Swami. Ven means sin. Kata means cut. Venkata means he'll cut your sins. But all the people go. I opened a liquor shop, bar and restaurant. I got profit, take it and increase my... You're telling him to increase your sin? Are you telling to increase your envy and keep you in this world? No. Every day we are going to bathroom to clean the body, come out and clean the heart. The process works. When it worked over hippies, why it doesn't work for Indians? Srila Prabhupada came from India. You will attain the perfection of life in this life, not after death. But we need to do little, little homework. We tried everything. If I get this, I'll be happy. If I get into engineering, I'll be happy. If I wrote GI, if I write GRE, if I get the score and if I get a job, admission in America, I'll be happy. You got that. But if I get a job, I'll be happy. You got that. If I get married, I'll be happy. You are married. If I get a green card, I'll be happy. You got that also, but you are not happy. Now you are trying for something, Krishna. Once you get it, you don't need to get anything. That's what we are trying for. Try for that. You don't need to long for anything else. But a little investment is needed. Little investment, zyada nahi. And what is that? Anything progress you make, any progress you make in bhakti is eternal credit. Swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mutavaya. Be enthusiastic today. When everything is like my hands and legs are in proper condition, my mind is proper. Kulshekhar Alvar says that. Let us be Krishna conscious today, not tomorrow. Let us be Krishna conscious firmly today, not tomorrow, because tomorrow will never come. I'm sorry, a little late. Any question or comment? Otherwise, we'll end it. Sincerity pays. One needs to be sincere. Enthusiasm is important. Confidence is important. Patience is also important. Any question or comment? Otherwise, we'll end it. Yes, Prashant.
What is secret of really very powerful even if started without any command also. It will be the but I have some idea, but I just need to answer further clarity. We have so many rules and regulations. What makes it different?
So your question is, you said in our today's discussion, you said you chant the holy name knowingly or unknowingly, or deriding the holy name, criticizing, condemning. You said you have the benefit. But what is the last line you said?
I have so many rules and regulations. How to chant, what makes it different?
The difference is when you do this, chanting the holy name it gives you bhakti. You open the bank account. For example, I'm there. I'll say, Bhagavatam, you're nonsense number one. You'll never look at my face. Every time I look, I say, hey, you're nonsense number one. Huh? When I come in the east, you'll go in the west. This guy, But Krishna is not like that. You're not Krishna, you're nonsense number one, $2. Hare Krishna is useless, $2 bhakti. Hare Krishna is good for nothing, $3 bhakti. So you're accumulating. That Muslim, when he was attacked by a boar, he started telling haram, haram, haram. Haram is actually a bad word in Urdu. But haram has ram in it. Because Krishna is above 3 modes, is free from modes and free from duality. Even if you speak in whichever way, you'll open that account. In bhakti, everything is eternal. You don't lose it. It stays there. So that is how you start your good fortune. And you'll go forward. Then Hare, he has opened the bank account. All right. You have little Shraddha. Then Krishna will send the Guru, Sadhu Sangha also. Devotee will come. Dhruva heard from his mother, I want to see God. I don't know where he stays, but one thing I know. Sages go to forest and meditate. For that one little information, she became his Vatma Pradaksha Guru. And he has little Shraddha. Nadamani Kev given one mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Apart from this, Dhruva knew nothing. But attained perfection in 6 months. Power of the holy name. Ajamil till last day. Ajamil never attended any course on the holy name. And last day he also is sense enjoyment. But Ajamil attained perfection eventually. So, yes, so many rules and regulations are there. There is a direct path, there is a path of grace also. Not necessarily you have to go through the direct path all the time. But of course, nobody goes to the exam thinking university will give moderation. Yes or no? So if you, yes, to attain the perfection, this is the path. 5th grade is, or first LKG, ABCD is different from PhD. So likewise, Krishna wants you to be fully purified. Then you have to go back to Godhead to attain that love of God. So what are the initial things I said? They will open your bhakti account and they'll put you on the path of bhakti, which will facilitate sadhu sangha and anadhanivritti and further. Okay, it has to start somewhere. One time I heard Supreme Lord is Kritagnyata, he has this gratitude. Means what? So, for example, you are going to somebody's home, you have lost the address, you have lost the way. So you are going around the road, 3 circles, but in the middle of the 3 circles, there is a temple. Supreme Lord thinks you have done production and your bhakti account is open. One time when rat was running, one cat was chasing rat. This rat went around the temple 3 times. The 4th time, cat caught the rat and finished it. But Supreme Lord thought, this rat came and went circumambulated around my temple 3 times, opened bhakti account. If you sleep in Jagannath Puri, that is considered meditation. You will open the bank account. Other things are there which I cannot tell. Does it answer your question? Any other question or comment? Otherwise, we'll end it. Anybody in the call? So thank you very much. Grandra Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Dana Pranam.
Excuse me.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhu.